Hi guys, I'm doing something a bit extra for you today, and that's the place value of decimals is the first that you're looking at in your sheets, and I'll do some for you. So here you'll notice, and I'll use a highlighter, that we've got 2 and it's in the hundredths column. Okay, so where are these columns? So any number you've got units, then a decimal point. There could be other bigger ones there, but we're most interested in the fraction part. Then you've got tenths. The next spot you've got is hundredths. Next spot you got is thousandths. And it goes on like that. So if I'm going to look at this one, here I've got 9/10. So that means I want to go in the tenths column there, which is exactly after the decimal point. So that's going to be a 9 in the spot exactly after the decimal point. Let's do another one. Well, I'll pick blue, I reckon. What about 1/10,000th? Well, that's down here. I didn't have room. The 10,000ths come after the thousandths. So that's, you've got, let me check it out when I do a pen. You got no units, you got no tenths, you got no hundredths, you got no thousandths, but you got 1/10,000th. Okay. Let's have a look at another bit of work to do. You should be able to do the rest of that. This is expanded notation of decimals. All right, so it's telling me you've got 5 hundredths, 2 tens, no ones, and then in the decimal part, I've got 2 in the tenths column, I've got 1 in the hundredths column, and I've got 8 in the thousandths column. So what happens when you've got another one where you've got nothing in a particular column? You be careful to put a 0 there. So this one would be 2 in the tenths column, nothing in the hundredths column, and 3 in the thousandths column. Now sometimes they don't put that little neat reminder in there. So there could be another example, like I could have 5 times 100, and that's, and then say 3 times 1/10,000. You got to figure out that there are bits missing. So there's no units, no tens. Ooh, there's 5 hundredths, no thousandths, but there's 3 in the 10,000ths. And there you have it. Let's look at another one. Rounding decimals. Yay! We're going to the nearest tenth. So let's check out what's the 10th column. There's the nearest tenth there. So for each of them, I'm looking in this position. But I've got to be careful about rounding. So the one that's of interest when you're rounding is the one after it. See these? We've got to check that out to see what happens with the rounding. All right, so that's of interest for rounding. Oops. Get the pen back. Check for rounding. Up or not. So let's look at this one here. That 7 is followed by 3. If that was a 5 in the highlighted green bit, if that was a 5 or higher, I'd have to round up the yellow bit. So the 3 is not 5 or higher, so I'm going to leave the 7 as it is. Let's look at the next one here. See the 7? Yep, it is 5 or higher, so that 4 has to round up. Why? Because 47 is closer to 50 than it is to 40. Think of it that way. Look at this one. The 5, yeah, 5 or higher rounds up, so the 11 stays put, and the 8 rounds up to 9. It's kind of like saying 85 is closer to 90 than to 80. All right, see if you can do the others. I will do one over here. Number 4, round off these numbers according to the square brackets. Let's do the one in the middle here. I'm going to do this lot here. So the nearest 10. All right, so which one would be the 10? So there's the 10 there. 3 decimal places. 1, 2. There's the 3rd decimal place here. Nearest 1. Well, there's the ones or the units there. So now I've got to go back and make a decision. Right, let's do it. So the nearest 10. Well, is 398 closer to 390 or the next 10 after that, which would be 400? Well, I reckon it's 400. And remember, the way that we do it if we forget is, let's check it out. Look at that. Is it 5 or higher? Ooh, yeah, it is. So that 9 has to get rounded up to 10, which flows over because 39 plus an extra 1 is 40. So there's how many 10s? 40. Okay, let's look at the 3 decimal places. We've got 0.1398. We want it to 3 decimal places. So we have to throw away the bits that don't matter to us. And the bits that don't matter to us start with the 8. Now, is 8 5 or higher? Indeed it is. So we are going to, I better do that one ready. We are going to round this one off. So the 9 is higher, so I'm going to go 0.1. Now, the 9 would round up, so that's going to go to 40. Okay, let's look at the next one. 199.9, the nearest whole number. Pretty sure you'd be right with that, because that 9 was 5 or higher and had to go up. Well, that's to get us started. Hope that helps.